Sorry, I think somebody's got their wires crossed here.
You never give up. This has nothing to do with you, nothing.
That you're lying again. Why can't you tell Rona the truth? Is that too much to ask?
How did you even know?
Because that Gavin bloke brought a note from her. He chucked it away, it had a number on.
I thought with him getting married, he might give me a chance.
You said that she'd been to our invites.
Well, whatever. It's irrelevant. I don't want her there.
She's your mum.
Well, none of you know anything about her. All I'm asking is for some trust in me and my decisions. Is that too much to ask?
Pierce!
Don't, just leave it. Can't deal with you as well.
I know I shouldn't have, Meg.
No, you shouldn't.
Pierce, don't make me run after you. Your sister said I should leave it after Rona's friend texted. Said I'd only end up getting hurt. But that's what I did when Tess died. When you wouldn't let me come to the funeral. I've worried about you every day since.
Don't. If there's one thing I can't stand, it's your bleating.
Rona looks lovely. I'm so glad you found someone else.
So you've seen her, now you can go.
Why? I thought losing Tess would help you understand what it was like for me. I did my best after your dad passed.
You were a drunken slag.
No.
Yes, I kept the family together. I did everything. You lost your right to call yourself a mother.
That's put the kibosh on your hen night.
Saving all my best games for later and all. Can always play them on Marlon.
You think you really know someone and they just let you down?
You and Adam will get through this. You coped when he thought he'd made Vanessa pregnant.
Oh, the irony.
Oh, stop me before I have any more of those. Let's go next door for a coffee.
I thought he was having an affair.
Then why didn't you tell me? Why'd you go behind my back?
Because you wouldn't believe me. And if you'd asked him, he'd lie to you, like he did about the sex tape.
We've been over all that.
But it's a habit, can't you see?
Probably because his past is too painful to talk about, Vanessa. You of all people should get that.
What?
You never told me when your dad went to prison. We were best mates and you never said a word about it at the time.
But why go to the bother of making out it was her blanking him? It's really manipulative and dishonest.
No, this is dishonest. Stealing private notes, ringing up some woman out of the blue on my hen night. Are you that desperate to ruin my wedding?
No. Rona, I am trying to trust him. This isn't my fault.
No. You deliberately set out to humiliate my fiancé.
You knew what you were doing.
Cheers.
Yeah, I never had any kids. Never put it down as an option. Different now, of course. Gay fellas can do anything. I even read about this bloke who got pregnant. Not a biological bloke. He used to be a girl, kept his womb, but... anyway, it sounds weird, but what works for them?
I don't know why I told you.
Of course, there's all sorts of ways now. You could use a donor for a start.
Yeah, I've had that from Vic.
It's only the sperm. The kid'd be yours from birth.
Nah, it'd be Vic's, not mine. There'd be no part of me in it.
Well, now you're into the nature-nurture stuff. You get to look at the donor profiles, don't you? And I guess fellas in your position can pick one as close as possible.
So what, it's that easy? Just go to a sperm shop and pick a test tube?
Of course not.
Well, I still need to get it confirmed, but the doc said I've got no swimmers. Not one in the sample running. You know how that makes me feel?
My mate was saying he had mumps from birth. He was really unlucky. It happened.
Yeah, but he would have been prepared, though. You know, he would have known there was a chance. I could have given his missus the choice, you know?
Well, don't let Victoria hear you think that little of her.
Yeah, I don't know what to do.
The whole point of having a partner is to face this stuff together. The good and the bad. Don't waste time questioning. Work out what you're going to do, eh?
Pink stiletto 36. That's another one of Layla's. So obvious now I'm looking for him.
Well, they only did it because they care about you.
It's humiliating, Brenda. I mean, why am I even writing a second book when the only people who liked the first one are all pretend?
No, that's not true. I thought it was excellent.
Oh, excellent enough to buy 5,000 copies.
Oh.
Yeah, It's cheaper the more you get printed, so I got carried away.
Tracy, I'm really sorry.
Oh, look. It's Miss Two-Faced Snarky Faker 46.
I was just telling Tracy that she's got genuine fans as well.
Yeah, I mean, we couldn't have written all of those reviews, could we?
Yeah, but the rest are just pervs and weirdos, according to David.
That's David being Mr. Mainstream.
Oh, well, I wouldn't call him that. Chapter 5's anything to go on.
Oh, Brenda.
See? The only reason people are interested in reading it is to get the gossamer sex life.
That's not true.
Oh, all right then, Brenda. You tell me one thing that happens in the book that does not involve Tilly and Gustav getting it on.
Oh, I thought Denny was David.
An unhealthy interest. Come on, tell me.
Ping pong game? Car wash? Cash and carry, no.
I'm sorry, you got down and dirty at the cash and carry?
Oh, this is just what I mean. What he's asking, it's not just now, is it? It's the next 50 years of our lives. No babies, no kids' parties, no helping them with the homework, giving boyfriend advice, no weddings, no grandkids.
Oh, you're jumping way ahead.
He doesn't want donor sperm, he won't even discuss it.
But you can still have a child. There are plenty out there desperate for parents.
What, like adoption?
I know, it's not the same. And if you wanted a tiny baby, you might have to wait. But you'd love it just like it was your own. Or why would I have stuck with you and Andy and Robert all these years?
Really?
I love being your stepmum. And you and Adam would feel the same about adopting.
Dunno.
Stop dwelling on what you can't have. You and Adam have got so much to give a child.
Why didn't you say if you didn't want me to pick you up?
Come face the hassle.
That's not very considerate.
Oh, it's fine. You're home now. You found the biscuits. There's no change there.
Your mother's made some proper dinner if you're hungry.
Yeah, made stroganoff your favourite. Just need to put some rice on.
Slop. No, thanks. Shows you've never been inside.
Well, we could go to the pub instead.
Sure.
Yeah, might as well. I mean, from tomorrow, I'm just going to be stuck here on curfew every night, so... Well, unless I saw my leg off, leave the tag here.
Does this mean the cocktails are finished?
I think you've had enough. It's them bunny ears sapping your brain.
Rona, I hope you'd still be here. Pierce made it pretty clear he needed some space, so I'm going to give him another 5 minutes.
Sorry. To spoil your party.
Well, that's not really your fault, is it? So, can we have some privacy? Haven't you lot seen enough? I'm sorry, I don't even know your name.
Martha. So, what's he told you about me?
Well, as little as possible, actually. I know that things went downhill after his dad died.
It was very sudden. I'd been with Tim since I was 17. Couldn't drive a car or pay a bill. Piers hated me being so pathetic.
Yeah, he said a lot of things fell to him. You know, that he had to grow up too quickly. I think it's left him with a lot of issues.
There was one bad week. I hadn't washed the girls' shirts for school and Piers lost his temper.
One bad week?
Oh, he held on to it for ages. The embarrassment killed him. He was a very sensitive boy. So, I got my act together, worked 3 jobs to keep the house so that Piers could concentrate on his schoolwork. I'm not here to make you doubt him. I'm sure he's much happier now, that he won't make the same mistakes with you.
Mistakes? What are you talking about?
Ask him.
Why couldn't you just be honest? If you didn't want to see your mum, you should have said. I would have understood.
Then what difference does it make?
Because you lied, Pierce. You told me that she'd binned our invite. I felt sorry for you.
So, what do you want?
I don't know. I just want to see your mum. I 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 want to see your mum.
She's taking you in. Poor, hard done by Martha.
I don't get what the deal is with you two. You know, she's different to what I expected.
She's a scheming parasite. She's just like Vanessa. No wonder they found each other.
I've told Vanessa that she's out of order.
See, this is why I have been trying to get you away from her. The woman is toxic. We should ship her out or we're leaving.
I'm not talking about Vanessa.
She tried to split us up with the sex tape, and when she couldn't do that, she's been spying on me. I should have pressed charges. I'm so stupid.
She only rang your mum because she didn't know who she was. She was protecting me.
Rather than ask me? I mean, is that how a normal person behaves?
Look, it's done now, okay? And your mum is here, so... I told her where the B&B was.
So Vanessa succeeded. She has dragged up the only other woman who could get you to doubt me 2 days before my wedding. Great choice of friends, Rona.
I could stock some at the calf, and David could give over a display in here.
Yeah, right, okay, so yeah, that's about 20, so only another 4,880 to go.
4,980.
Yeah, and there's Eric's little library corner at the B&B.
Oh, isn't that just full of Geoffrey Archers? What's too boring for the guests to take home?
No, and local authors. There's that fella from Demdike, Dry Stone Walling and me.
Oh, no one has ever bought one of them, ever. I mean, you can't even see the covers for all the dust.
That's because all he's got is a flat cap and a sheepdog. With you, we're selling the whole brand.
What brand?
You're young, you're gorgeous and funny. And if David doesn't appreciate you, there's plenty out there that will. Now, if you'd done your autograph signing, you could have been swamped.
No, it sounds to me like you've got yourself a PR woman. Tell you what, I could do with one of them for Take a Vow. Megan's got me schmoozing with Chris.
Exclusive to Tracy, sorry.
Oh, shut up now, Brenda.
No, I'm being serious. If we went round some bookshops, I bet they'd jump at the chance to show you off.
Hey.
Hey.
I just bumped into Carly. She said the hen do was a bit of a washout.
Pierce's mother turned up. Things got a bit fraught.
Yeah, I heard.
Right, I've got things to be getting on with, so I'll leave you to it.
Cheers.
I've made such a mess of this, ignoring the most obvious option. I just think, OK, Diane is not my mum, but if she was, I don't think we'd be any closer. And John wasn't your real dad.
What?
But he loved you so much, just like you loved Johnny.
Vic, what are you on about?
Adoption.
No.
No, but we're living proof that biological kids aren't everything. And this bond that you're supposed to feel, well, it can happen with any kid. What's important is that me and you would be its parents equally. So you would still get to be a dad. And, babe, I know you'd be brilliant.
I don't know.
But I do. Adoption, it's not second best. It's just a different way of making a family. Our little family.
When I found out Johnny wasn't mine, I walked away. I thought it would break my heart, but it didn't. Whatever bond we had, it just disappeared.
Well, yeah.
So I've been there. And I'm not sure I can do it.
But this would be totally
Oh,
different.
my, you are doing it again. You're not listening to me. You're just talking me around all the time.
Because I'm rushing you into it. But I'm not saying that we have to do this now. Just let's not rule it out. Please, Adam.
But it's just months more of this. You bringing up the subject, me shutting it down. You're just settling, Vic. Adoption's not what you want, and you know it.
Pierce.
Stay away from me and Rona.
She asked you then. I told her to.
She thinks you're deluded.
I don't believe you.
Shut up.
Why tell lies about me? You did the same to Tess. I wish I understood.
You're despicable. You really are. Pathetic.
I wasn't perfect, but I loved you. You were the centre of my world before the girls were born. My first child, my son. There wasn't a day when you weren't cared for.
Just go. I'm warning you.
You're hurting me.
Then don't make me angry.
How come Vanessa's seen through you and Rona hasn't? I thought she might have changed you, this one.
I have. I've changed. Rona's better than Tess. She's not a cheat and a liar.
You drove Tess away.
I warned you once. You're asking for trouble.
I shouldn't have come. I'll be gone in the morning. I hope Rona finds out the sort of man you are.
Welcome home, son.
You're still here?
Where else would he be? So, are we going to the pub for dinner?
Well, I can't be bothered now. I'll just get a butty.
Your welcome home present, as promised. Wait, it's the Porsche. You have to guess the colour. Well, I was going to go with red, but I decided it was a bit boy racist, so I got you dark blue. It took all my savings, but it would be worth it to make you happy.
I don't know many 16-year-olds with a car like that.
Yeah, for good reason. The insurance is sky high, assuming you'll actually pass the test.
Of course you will. And I'll take you out practising as soon as you're 17.
No, I'm gonna go for proper lessons. There's this bloke reckons he can get you through a test in a month.
Well, there's no rush.
Well, I've got to get the job interviews, don't I? And get me a flat. It's gonna be much easier now I've got my own set of wheels. You okay?
Yeah. No.
You see, I'm just making you miserable.
No, it's not you.
Well, Vic, you want a kid. You know, you could find a man that could give you that option.
Don't be so stupid. I didn't marry you so I could quit when things go wrong. We were happy before this, before I was even thinking about having a baby.
Yeah, but you want one now. You've been going on about it for months.
Well, I can change my mind.
You'll end up resenting me. You might not plan it, but you will.
But I love you, Adam.
And I love you. But I can't see you getting pregnant by a donor. And that's your best option, right?
Well, it's not happening. So, no more baby talk.
Vic.
We were way too young anyway. And we've both got our own businesses. I don't actually think we'd have time for a kid. But we can have a life instead. And it's your birthday tomorrow, and I'm not letting you off that. We've got loads going for us, Adam. Loads.
Right.
But you can't go up now. It's only just gone 7.
Well, I've got stuff to do on my computer, so...
You're not really looking for jobs, though. What about college?
Well, I've missed too much. It was pointless anyway.
Well, I started young, as you know.
Well, you don't have to move to Houghton, though. You've got a home here. You could always move in with me if you want a change of scene.
Why would I live with you?
Well, you're far too young to leave home, darling. That's why I'm here tonight, so I can be around in the morning, help you get organised and settled.
Well, I managed without you in prison.
Well, I want to look after you now.
We'll get a hamster. As soon as I get myself sorted, I'm out of here.
I know the circumstances aren't ideal, but we at least talk about your mum. Because it's important, you know? Can't just ignore her.
You can't, you mean? I've told you my feelings.
Whatever went wrong between you two, she wants you to get along now.
Well, you know what went wrong. I explained in my counselling. Do I have to repeat it?
No.
It was neglect, Rona. She turned her back on 3 kids. Nowadays, we'd be put into care.
Yeah, but then she sorted herself out. I mean, she told me she held down 3 jobs.
You doubting my memory?
No, of course not. But you were just a child. And you were upset because your dad had died. And it's really scary when parents can't cope.
But what are you driving at?
Maybe you were too hard on her. You know, maybe she didn't struggle for that long. It just felt like that to you.
Or maybe she lied. Like you did when you were covering up your pill addiction. Because she's ashamed to admit how selfish and disgusting she was. Is that what you identify with, Rona? Because there must be some reason why you're taking her word above mine.
I want you to talk to her.
After you know what she's done to me. You were there when I opened up about my issues with women. What, so now none of that matters?
It might help, that's all.
No. No, what would help would be not having to explain myself to the woman I'm marrying. Love is about trust. And you keep failing.
I do love you.
Everything is such an effort with you. Can't keep fighting.
Okay, I'm sorry. All right, I should have left it alone. It's just... she mentioned a mistake. She suggested I ask you.
I'm sorry.
I don't know, that's all she said.
I've got no idea what you're talking about. But I do know they've won. They've destroyed us, Rona.
What? Oh, Mike, no.
I can't marry you. The wedding's off.
On Sunday at 8, Keely Hose returns to ITV. We're off to sun-soaked Corfu for a brand new series and more wild adventures with hit drama The Durrells. But stay with us now, the refreshing and sensational Joanna Lumley is here with personal highlights from her travels. First stops, Egypt and Sudan in her brand new series, Postcards.